Next on stage, we like to call upon Mr. Karthik Mandekar, who is a Vice President Sales, Shoptimize, to share his thoughts on D2C growth for 10 to 100 story. How D2C brands need to rely on data as they look to shift gears and reach their growth targets. So we'd like to welcome Mr. Karthik Mandekar onto the dais, please.
No?
Yeah, now it's on.
Can you hear me now? All right. Let's wait for a minute. How do you follow a shark, right? I think I picked the short straw. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Karthik, and I represent Shoptimize, India's leading D2C growth enabler. My first slide is one that you guys have often seen, right, in presentations such as these, in reports that you read. It talks about the $100 billion number that D2C brands would reach by 2025. You know, I'd like to have a little bit of audience participation. I can't see most of you, but I want all of you guys to close your eyes, right? I can see some eyes still open. Close your eyes. Now think of a number. That number should be the annual GMV you guys want to reach by 2025. So for example, I want to reach 20 crore by 2025. All right? Have you guys all got that number? Yep. Now I want all of you all to stand up. We'll do a little crowd participation. Come on. There you go. Is everyone up? Look around you, right? For those who have that number between 0 and 10 crores, 0 and 10 crores by 2025 GMV, sit down. Ooh, no one's sitting. Between 10 and 30 crores. There you go, we've got a couple of people sitting down. 30 and 60 crore. Every salespeople from the D2C enablers is eyeing you, the rest of you guys, right? 60 and 100 crore, right? And the rest are above 100 crore. That's amazing. First of all, give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you very much for participating. This is, over the next few slides, what I'm going to do is talk about stories of brands that we've worked shoulder to shoulder with. Brands who have had different starting points, but through the power of data have achieved significant growth, right? If we were to make all of the D2C brands in the market today do the exercise that you guys just did, most of them, in fact, the data says 75% of them would have sat down in the 0 to 20 crore round, right? There would be just 2% in the 20 to 100, and Vinita and her crew above 100 would have continued to remain standing. We've seen great growth over the last few years from a D2C perspective. The tailwinds for growth, as we all know, have been pandemic, right? The rise of the tier 2 and tier 3 cities, disposable income, and women buyers, like Vinita just mentioned. But there is this quote by Marshall Goldsmith who says, "What got us here will not get us there." There being the number that we all thought of by 2025. So let's think of some of the challenges that we will face as we look to hit that number in our head. They say, and Vinita talked about this just before me, right? They say launching a brand is easy, but there is the rising cost to stand out. Facebook and Google CPMs are rising, and it's very difficult to, just when you figured out, right? Just when you figured out the algorithms, just when you've got ROAS under control, they throw you a little googly and you're back to square one. That's a challenge. Finding your tribe. You talk about Finding new buyers is easy, but to get them to come in over and over again is the tough part. That buyer that you want to target is also being targeted by that fashion brand, that jewelry brand, that retail brand, and in my case, that hair growth brand, and so many countless others, right? You're competing against 1,000 others for the same buyer. Another challenge is how do you plan for inventory and how you accurately forecasting inventory. And the fourth is how do you effectively attribute conversions to a particular channel, coming back to the first part, right? How are you trusting the big boys and their attribution models? I've promised you 3 stories, so let's get to them. The first story is about a retail behemoth. This story started in 1937 in a tiny shop in Bikaner. Over the last few decades, this brand has grown and now is a very popular brand in the snacks and the sweet space. But in 2013, they decided to undertake their digital journey and D2C performance. One of the milestones that they reached was in 2017, they decided to target millennials, right? They did that through Google's shopping campaigns and retargeting strategy, specifically during the Raksha Bandhan festival in August. That resulted in a 20x growth, and they were a brand that the millennials loved. The next way they used data was for their Omni-Channel strategy. They specifically used traffic data. Because why would you open a retail store where the online channel in that particular city is working really well for you? Over the last few years, this brand has grown 100% year on year with us. Our next story is about the marketplace hero. Sure, the marketplace may be a really good channel to drive profit, but the pandemic made this brand think again about their retail strategy. Customers on the marketplaces are incredibly fickle, right? Always going for the cheaper alternative. Whereas on your D2C brand, you can command loyalty. Over the last 9 months that this brand has been working with us, we've grown their business 7x, and we've improved their repeat customers by 26% month on month. You could say they've found their tribe. Our last story is about the D2C baby. So this brand started to dabble in marketplaces, but knew all along that D2C was their channel for growing significantly. They knew that building a website is the easy part, but driving traffic there and conversion of traffic was the real hard part. Another thing that they came across is with the data on the various cities that traffic comes from, they unlocked newer cities they didn't know existed. A thing that helped them is the days of cover alert, right? This gave them an ability to forecast and plan for inventory. The last 3 months that they've worked with us, visits have improved 67%, their conversions are better, and their growth has improved by 70%. For all these 3 brands, they had a number in their mind, similar to you guys, as they started out, right? They've effectively used data, which is insights and recommendations that the Shoptimize platform has provided to them in various places, whether that was to improve traffic, have product innovations, have an omni-channel strategy, or improve growth. Data has been the basis of all their decisions and their growth. If you guys want this to be your story, come find us at booth 822. Thank you very much. You guys have been an audience which is amazing. Do you guys have any questions for us? No? Are you all hungry? There's a question there, yeah?
Hey, my name is Asad.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. My question is, how exactly do you do what you do? I understand what you do, but how exactly do you do it?
Can you just have your mic?
Oh,
I can't hear you. I can't see you as
my
well,
bad.
Asad. Yeah.
Do you want me to move? So, what I was saying was, I understood what you do, but how exactly do you do this?
Okay, that's a good question. Obviously, we can talk about it more at the booth, but just to give you a sense, we've got a platform, the tech, which integrates with all your various data sources and is able to come up with insights and recommendations basis the data it sees. We also have a program which is a services-based program which executes some of these actions. So think of us as, someone who is like a business analytics tool along with a services element. Thanks, everyone.